We got Jordan Wright back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Anthony Hernandez at Dana White's Contender Series coming up here on June 19th. Jordan, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm great, James. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's good to talk to you again. I feel like it's been a minute, but I know obviously you've been having this opportunity and having to keep it under wraps and everything like that. When did you find out you were on Contender Series? Because it kind of just came out of the blue and you got this big fight.
Yeah, I was actually planning on fighting for the LFA again. I had another fight scheduled, and Mick Maynard had contacted me, and he had contacted my manager, and just offered me the fight, and I took it.
Cool. When was this? Because I know a lot of guys found out like months before, but they couldn't reveal it.
Probably February or March.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's awesome. And you know, obviously you had a big win in your last fight for LFA. You know, how nice was that to, you know, get a win in LFA on a big platform like that and really show what everyone's been saying, which is that you're really damn talented.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great experience. It was really fun. As far as, what other people have to say, like always, man, I really don't care if other people are like, oh, he's fought on the big show now and it's good for him and this and that and it's really revealed. Like I know how good I am. I know my skills. I prove it to myself every day.
And what I like about this matchup is this really could have been for the LFA title. If you think about it, Hernandez is the champion. I think you would have been next in line with your win. You got the undefeated record. Were you familiar with Anthony Hernandez before taking this fight?
Not really. I think you had asked me about him before.
I did, yeah.
I believe you asked me about him before, but no, not really.
Okay. Because he won the title back in January. He beat Brendan Allen, and obviously, now he's taking this opportunity here. Now that you have had a chance to sort of assess him as an opponent, how do you feel like you match up against him?
Hey, James, like I always say, the opponent doesn't come into the equation. It's you versus you in this game, and I feel like I can beat anybody.
Okay, fair enough. And how has training camp been going? You've known about this for a while. Everything going according to plan?
Yeah, everything's going according to plan. Training is going very well. Working hard. Recovering very well, feeling great. This is my time.
Excellent. And what about training partners? I know there's a lot of fighters at Jackson Wink. You probably go through a lot of different rounds with different guys. Has there been anyone more than others that you sort of work with a little bit more?
No, I mean, we've always got people in and out of the gym, working with Carlos Condit, Dominic Waters, Ty Freeman, a whole bunch of guys. So it's been really nice. Yeah, can't complain.
Okay, and is there something you feel like you've sort of improved on since the last time we saw you in the cage? I know it hasn't been that long, but is there anything in particular you've been working on?
I'm getting better every single day. Every day I'm getting better. So
sure.
It's nonstop, just progression, and yeah, I'm just getting better every single day.
Now, is this your first time to Vegas, or have you been there before?
No, I've been there before. I've actually fought in Vegas before.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's good. Because I know sometimes for some guys, there's a little bit added pressure with it being the Contender Series, and it sounds like this is going to be on ESPN Plus. That's the rumblings I'm hearing. So it'll be a big stage. But I guess for you, just another day in the office.
Just another day in the office. I don't approach it any differently.
And how do you sort of approach mental training, as far as the fight game? Because that is a big part of it. And you're very happy all the time. We talked about this off air, and you're very, upbeat. But, a lot of that is, I'm sure, mental preparation. How do you sort of approach that?
Like some people turn off, they'll have a fight and then they'll just mess around, start drinking, doing drugs, partying, smoking weed. That's not my life. I don't have anything aside from this. So it never turns off for me. So that's why it's really like just another day for me, because at the end of the day, this is all I do. So it's not like something I have to flip back on or flip back off. It's just constant for me. So that's why I'm in, mushin is what they call it, that state of being, that state of flow. And I'm always in the flow state.
Do you ever compare notes with Diego Sanchez? He's a pretty spiritual guy too.
We chat here and there. We chat here and there about certain things, but nah, man, that guy. I think we're on just two completely different levels of stuff. I think I have a little bit of what he has, in that like I'll try anything, I'll do anything. If there's a new diet, if there's a new way of training, I think we're both definitely on board with that. But I like I say, I live like a monk, man. This is what I do.
Okay. What is you mentioned the diet there? Have you been trying anything new for your weight cut this time around?
Not really. The weight, like I'm a big 185er,
Mhm.
but the weight cut's never really bad because I just I have it down to I have my own method. So I make the weight super easy, and I'm always really big. So
Okay, no, fair enough. Can we get a glimpse of what sort of the diet looks like? What's like a typical meal you'll have? Is there anything in particular is kind of like your go-to during training camp?
I mean, I eat a lot of raw eggs. I eat a lot of I have a lot of smoothies with like kale, bananas, blueberries, a whole bunch of stuff. Uh, a lot of carbohydrates, protein, just basic stuff.
Okay, yeah. What's the saying? If you're eating boring, you're probably eating good, right? Because or eating
Yeah,
simple, I guess,
right.
which is kind of true. So, is
Yeah.
there is do you get any cheat days like during training camp, or do you save that all for after the fight?
It depends. Some training camps I might have like one day out of the week. Sometimes I might just go without. Like right now, I'm super focused right now. So not a lot of no, not a lot of cheat meals. Just complete focus on recovery, strength, and just being the greatest of all time.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
So far, I have Victor Henry, who cornered me for my last fight, and John Justice, who's my Muay Thai coach.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's a good mix
Yeah.
there. What can we expect? How do you see this fight playing out coming up here on June 19th?
Like always, first round knockout. I see
Gotcha.
it. I'm gonna knock him out in the first round.
Excellent. And is there UFC contracts at stake here? I mean, I'm sure you've envisioned all this, Contender Series or LFA or whatever, and getting signed by the UFC. Do you feel like the time is right now for you to make that leap to the UFC and really?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That contract's as good as mine. That contract is mine. There's no say in the matter. They have to accept it. That is my contract.
Well, taking a glimpse at the middleweight division, do you feel like the timing's good? Just because it seems like they are going through a bit of a transition period. Luke Rockhold's moving up to 205, it looks like, and they've got there's a lot of things happening right now. Do you feel like the timing of you entering, potentially entering the division looks good?
Oh well, I will be entering the division, that's for sure. But I mean, timing wise, I mean, we can bring in all the other opponents and all the other people. Like I said, I focus on myself. I'm the world champion. I am currently the UFC middleweight world champion. So that's just how I feel. So I will take on all comers, and I will fight whoever they want me to fight because I feel like I can beat any of those guys.
Have you been training at all with Mike Perry? I know he's a bit of a smaller guy, but I know I was just talking to Chris Brown, one of your teammates. He was saying he's been a nice addition to the group.
I've chatted with Mike here and there. I don't really know too much about him. We haven't really trained much at all, so it's hard for me to give like a real opinion about him just because he's
a smaller guy too. Yeah, you'd be training with like Bavon Lewis and guys like bigger guys that are more your style. John Jones, you getting in any training with him at all or no?
I do whenever he's around. He's in and out of the gym here and there. So yeah, whenever he's around, I get in good work with him.
Cool. Last question for you here. You know what I'm going to ask here? What are you watching on TV right now? What's getting you through training camp?
Well, what's getting me through training camp is my belief and my work ethic. I don't need.
Well, I think we covered that a lot in this interview, but
Yeah.
there's got to be. I mean, I know you watch some cartoons and things like that, some anime, all that stuff. What's the latest on that?
It hasn't really been a lot. I mean, there's an anime, the season 3 of it's called My Hero Academia. Currently watching that, and it's I was actually watching that before I got on this interview with you.
Oh, no wonder you're so pumped up. There you go.
Yeah, right. No, man, this is me always. This is baseline me. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, good stuff. And after this fight, are you going to take any time off, or is it just as soon as you can get back in there, let's do this and get the momentum going?
We'll see. We'll see whatever the UFC wants me to do because I know they'll have big plans for me.
I agree. This is going to be an awesome fight. I can't wait for it. Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series, June 19th. Jordan, it's always good talking to you, man. Just remind people where they can find you on social media and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs. The floor is yours.
So they can find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Ninjordo MMA is my handle for all of that. Like always, I want to thank God. I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my manager, Ricky. I want to thank Mick Maynard for this opportunity. Mick, you're not going to regret it. And I want to thank Dana White for, I know he's going to be giving me that contract, so I want to thank him for that. And, thank all my training partners, friends, family.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.